Hi, I'm Onika, and I'm a level 1 chef.
Hi, I'm Beth, and I'm a level 2 chef.
Hi, I'm Frank. I'm a chef instructor at the Institute of Culinary Education, and I've been a chef since the beginning of time.
So today I'm making banana pudding. I'm going to take instant pudding, cream cheese, heavy cream, milk, bananas. Everybody always wants to judge the instant part, but let me tell you something, it's gonna be instantly delicious.
Today I'm gonna make chocolate pudding with homemade whipped cream and chocolate shavings all over the top. Just feels like a big hug.
Chocolate and banana pudding are kind of those ones that everyone craves. It's the gold standard. But today I am going to make a coconut panna cotta with a mango gelée and a pandan foam. Sounds fancy, right?
I'm gonna start by making the base for the pudding.
You know, you gotta have the baseline, like the drum beat. This is the drum beat of the pudding. We're gonna start with this cream cheese. We're gonna start off at level 1, like I am.
So put my cocoa powder in this bowl, my cornstarch, and just a pinch of salt. A little bit of salt makes everything taste better.
Yep.
I like to mix all the powdered ingredients together first so that there are no lumps.
I'm gonna make the mango gelée. And a mango gelée is basically mango puree with a little bit of sugar in it that gets set with gelatin. We're hydrating the gelatin so that it'll melt into a smoother mixture. The mango gelée is gonna give us a little acidity that's gonna kind of counterbalance the coconut panna cotta and the foam.
We're going to take our condensed milk. Look at that. It looks like blessings. Oh, look at she's so pretty. Hey, girl. Something about this just feels like I'm doing some good work today.
Now I have to separate my eggs, and I'm going to combine the sugar and the egg yolks just on medium-high speed. The sugar is being completely incorporated with the yolks now.
Yeah, look, you gotta move your hips with it.
I'm gonna add my cocoa powder, cornstarch, and salt.
Take my gelatin sheets and I'm gonna just stir it in until my gelatin melts. Just to give it a little more brightness, I'm gonna add some fresh lime juice. Always use fresh juice, please. Don't use juice out of a bottle.
Now you have your instant pudding. Don't tell nobody. They're gonna like, oh my gosh, she cheating. No, I am not cheating. I'm using banana cream pudding and French vanilla because you know how the French do. The French make everything a little bit more like je ne sais quoi, whatever it is.
A lot of people might think because I'm a chef, I don't like the mix or the box pudding. I don't bash on it at all because it's a really good convenient food.
Now that our base is ready, we're gonna heat the milk. If you're gonna eat chocolate pudding, eat chocolate pudding. Whole milk is the answer.
But who's just adding cold milk? No. So now, what's next? This is marshmallow syrup. But don't tell anybody.
I'm a little suspicious of the marshmallow syrup.
They're like, what's in that? You'll never know. You will never know.
Just a little suspicious. Now that the mango has the lime and the gelatin in it, I'm gonna put it into my glass. And this measuring cup is gonna make it easy to get it right down the center and not get it on the sides. Now all I have to do with this is put it in the refrigerator and let it set. When this is set fully, we can put our coconut panna cotta on top.
Now I'm gonna turn on my mixer and slowly add the milk.
Because we want to make sure that we don't overwhelm it.
You're gonna stir it until it gets nice and thick.
Oh, no. Oh, you won't mess up my good outfit.
This process requires patience, but it's so worth it.
To start the panna cotta, we're gonna add our cream, our coconut milk, and our sugar to the pot. I'm making a coconut panna cotta, and I chose coconut because it's one of my favorite flavors.
When I'm making pudding, that means chocolate pudding.
Banana pudding is way better than chocolate pudding.
Chocolate pudding is the favorite of my husband, my sons, my grandsons. You want to keep your burner on medium heat. Okay, I can feel it on the bottom. It's starting to get gloppy, and you're gonna think this is a big mistake. You want this gloppy stuff. I'm gonna take it right off the heat, and I'm gonna keep stirring. Lots of elbow grease.
The cream is hot. I'm gonna shut my heat off. I'm gonna get my gelatin sheets.
Now we're gonna slice up our bananas like extremely thin because you don't want chunks of bananas. It's banana pudding, you gotta put some bananas in it. This is how you trick them to think it's from scratch.
We're gonna bump it up with lots of flavor. Cut some of our dark chocolate Usually you use an ounce. I always use a little more. Got our butter, vanilla, a little extra decadence with our heavy cream.
And then I'm gonna strain it in case there's any little bits in there.
Straining the pudding makes everything smooth and luscious, and it's just a beautiful way to present it.
I just have an ice bath here, and I'm gonna chill it to about just below body temperature.
Okay, this is the part where your patience needs to kick in.
It's gonna be worth it. Take your time.
Okay, this blender done a number on my arms, but this is going to be amazing.
We're gonna leave the pudding room temperature.
Wrap with a little plastic wrap, put
In
it in
the
the fridge
refrigerator.
until it's set.
So it can namaste and get its chakras right, and then it's gonna come out and it's gonna show out.
Now for the toppings.
So I'm gonna start with my vanilla wafers.
It's definitely not a banana pudding without some Nilla wafers.
I wanna get the prettiest ones. These are the ones that's going inside the pudding, and a couple of them are gonna get demolished.
Now I'm gonna make my pandan foam. Pandan leaf is common in Southeast Asia.
So we're using leaves. We're making pudding, right?
It has a very popcorn or a grassy note to it, and you'll see it used in a lot of desserts. I'm not an expert on Southeast Asian flavors, but as a chef, I constantly like to experiment with new ingredients, and this is fairly new to me, and I just think it's wonderful. We're gonna take the half and half and the sugar and bring it to a simmer.
I'm gonna make homemade whipped cream. You could definitely buy whipped cream.
If you want to make your own whipped cream, more power to you. I don't have that kind of time.
My grandsons love to lick the beaters, and you can't do that with store-bought whipped cream.
This is where you're going to take out your aggression. Take your little hammer. I'm going to use these as sprinkles on top of my whipped cream.
Our half and half and sugar has come to a simmer. I'm gonna get my pandan leaf, and I'm just gonna kind of cut it into strips. We're gonna let it steep like a tea for a few minutes.
First, my heavy whipping cream goes into the bowl. As soon as it gets a little frothy, I'm gonna put in powdered sugar, vanilla.
While this is steeping, I'm gonna add my lime zest. You don't wanna keep on rubbing it over the white spot. You just wanna get the green, and that's it. Keep moving on. The pandan leaf has been steeping for about 7 or 8 minutes, and I'm gonna puree it. It's gonna give us a nice green color, and it's gonna add to the flavor. At this point, we're gonna add our xanthan gum. What the xanthan gum is gonna do is it's gonna thicken our mixture. It's gonna hold those bubbles, and it's not gonna deflate right away.
So now for our bananas. You want your bananas really thin.
We strained our pandan, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna ice it down. It's gonna stay nice and bright green as long as we ice it down. We're gonna put it in this siphon, get it really tight. You're gonna hear the gas go in. So this can go directly in the fridge, and before we plate, we'll take it out to get our foam.
Fresh homemade whipped cream takes a second. Absolutely worth it.
I'm gonna do a little young coconut, but we just wanna peel off all of the husk. You'll notice on the coconut there's kind of 3 little ridges here. You take the corner here and you give it a little whack, and then you can get your cleaver in there and crack it open and scoop this out into the bowl. And I'm just gonna do a little dice. Same thing with the mango.
So here are all the toppings for my pudding.
I think we're ready to plate it up.
Now it's time to build this baby up.
I'm gonna start with the chocolate pudding. Nice heaping portion.
Our panna cotta is done, and it's really nice and wiggly.
We're gonna start with a little bit of the cream, and then I'm gonna start layering my cookies.
Our homemade whipped cream. Of course, you leave the bowl of whipped cream on the table so that once you finish this amount of whipped cream, you can add more.
Pudding banana cookie. This needs to chill for about 4 hours, so I'm gonna go out, conquer the world, and by the time that I'm finished, it's gonna be ready.
I have my pandan foam.
So I like to use whipped toppings because it just takes a dessert to the next level.
We're just gonna put a few little pieces of our young coconut on top, and then a little bit of our mango.
Some chocolate shavings right over the top.
And this is my banana pudding.
And this is my chocolate pudding.
And this is my coconut panna cotta with mango gelée and pandan foam.
This is the part I've been waiting all day for.
When you're eating this, you have to be sure you get a little bit of everything in each bite.
You got some cookie, You got pudding, you got the cream.
Delicious.
Yep. The consistency of the pudding is amazing. The crunch of the topping just brings it all together. When I tell you this is amazing, this is an amazing banana pudding.
The chocolate pudding is smooth, luscious. The whipped cream is not too sweet, so it's a nice balance with the chocolate. It's heavenly.
Everything really marries well together. The foam, you kind of get a hit of that in the beginning, and then you get a little of that melty coconut and mango.
There are those that would add all kinds of exotic flavors. Not for us. The Dimino's like unadulterated chocolate pudding.
You gotta have a little fun sometimes and kind of go out of your comfort zone.
Pudding is so comforting and delicious with so many options. Let's see how each of our 3 chefs made theirs. Onika didn't have to cook her pudding because she used a mix of instant pudding bases combined with milk as the base of her pudding. Instant puddings are convenient products that include instant starches, which are commercially modified starches made by cooking cornstarch in water, then cooking it further on a drum dryer. The advantage is that you can add instant starches directly to mixes and they won't form clumps when they're hydrated.
I have no idea how pudding sets.
To answer Onika's question, when the bonds in starch molecules are broken by heat or agitation, as in an instant starch, water enters and combines with the starch fractions, causing a thickening. This is called gelatinization. As it cools or rests over time, it forms a solid gel. Beth's pudding was mainly thickened by egg yolks. The cornstarch stabilizes the pudding. This type of thickening requires heat and cooking. Eggs form gels based on the amino acid sequence present in the protein chain. Heat allows the protein chain to unravel and liquid becomes trapped in this network, causing increased viscosity. Calcium from the milk enhances this mechanism. Frank's panna cotta is coconut milk and heavy cream thickened with gelatin, which is an animal-based protein made from the hydrolysis of collagen, a protein found in connective tissues of hides of animals such as hogs. Perfect panna cotta should be firm with a very slight wobble, ensuring that you haven't added too much gelatin so that you don't end up with milky jello. He added the gelée as a separate layer, a smart way to add the intense mango flavor without having to mix it into his panna cotta directly.
It's gonna brighten it up. It's gonna give us a little bit of sweetness as well.
Onika used a store-bought whipped topping which is based on hydrogenated plant oil, some light cream, and corn syrup. Beth made a hand-whipped cream. Whipped cream is an air in water foam. Air cells are surrounded by a film of fat droplets stabilized by proteins. It's essential to use very cold cream so that the fat globules will come together.
Takes a second, absolutely worth it.
Frank made a topping by steeping fresh pandan leaves in a half and half and sugar mixture.
So we're using leaves, okay.
Pandan, or screw pine, is a tropical plant that imparts grassy, floral, nutty, and vanilla flavor notes. Frank used a whipper to turn this mixture into a foam. The whipper relies on gaseous nitrous oxide to create tiny bubbles in the liquid under pressure. When released, it resembles airy whipped cream. He also added xanthan gum, which is a hydrocolloid. Hydrocolloids are polysaccharides or chains of carbohydrates that form gels when combined with water. The final result was a light green, velvety topping that was perfect with the coconut and mango flavors in his panna cotta. No matter how you make it, pudding is versatile and delicious. Next time you're making this comforting dessert, we hope you'll use some of these tips from our 3 amazing chefs.